Welcome to Mindless Shenanigans, where the takes are hot, the jokes are wild, and nothing is off limits. Quick disclaimer: everything you hear is strictly opinion, personal perspective, or just flat out nonsense. We do not condone violence or violence behavior. Don't come for us. This is for entertainment purposes only, not facts, not legal advice, and definitely not safe for any sensitive ears. So buckle up and let the shenanigans begin.
Reading what you wrote is that creativity. And when I was just listening to this woman, she's a sociologist, and when the question posed to her was, why are black men so angry? Because they had the privilege, but they didn't use it. They thought the privilege was going to just bring stuff to them. He contacted me and said, "You're just going to give it to us. You don't have to work for it." But they had the privilege to go to school, so we couldn't go through stuff like this. They didn't use it, but then that they get angry when black people surpass that. But I say we have the creativity and stuff because we always had to find a way around the barriers that they put up for us to succeed. And they have not got it yet. Only thing they know is anger. So once they discovered that the earth wasn't flat and them fuckers could go everywhere, they found new prey because all they was doing in the beginning in Europe was killing each other. All they did was prey on each other, fight each other, and that sort of stuff. Then they decided to go around the world and do that and spread the lies and the stuff that they've done for hundreds of years, which is now people that they conquered and oppressed. They finding that out because, like I said, these people are people and people in other countries that they did this to. We're not the only people that they did that to. Not that they didn't maybe enslave us, but they went and did stuff. But we had to learn ways to get around them. You listen to the stories of how these people they sung hymns and stuff. It is a message to the slaves. God's going to trouble the waters. They knew that they going to do stuff and move and try and escape when there were storms and stuff, and there wasn't going to be a big moon and that side of stuff, or how they cornrowed their women's hair as a map. That's ingenuity at the highest. That kind of stuff, and how they bent their head and yes or no stuff to them all the time, plotting against them, learning to read and write in secret. We were always smarter than them, even though they took our culture, our names, brutalized these people and everything. That's why I say, let us right here, right now, be as strong as those slave people were, our ancestors, because if they hadn't survived, we wouldn't be here. Okay. So we got to be as strong. And our job right this now is to outthink them and survive what's going on right now. Because I am a believer that evil eats itself. And when I say it's a spiritual battle in this country right now, because right at this moment, Satan owns America. Fanatics owns America. But somehow or another, at some point in time, this country's going to implode on itself because this country has had 400 years. God has given this country 400 plus years to make choice to be better human beings. And they've not made that choice. They double down every time, and they've proven it time and time again. and they're still doing it because that is part of them. That's their DNA. What we can't coexist with others unless we can conquer them or oppress them. Because we can't coexist because they can't coexist because when they do, or if they would see that they are not supreme. They are not as smart as anybody else. They know that, but they know good and well they're more violent and cruel. And I have always said this about the violence in these people. And I always told I said, y'all got the V gene. And they would say, what you talking about? I said, y'all violent by nature. You do stuff, you sit and think of stuff. And I sit here and I and and when I pray, I ask God, I said, God, I said, I know I can't, I'm never gonna understand it. What you mean, clean it? You can sit on the bed now. I'm never going to understand the depth of their unbridled hatred and cruelty toward other human beings. It's unbelievable to me that you feel like that. I just don't get it.
Check it out. There's no record of that actually happening. I'm not sure anybody did really report it.
It's just on his wrist and film. I didn't say that. I had to crap all day since I went to the store. I mean, I can't. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you actually hate people that much. How you hate somebody just because the color of their skin or because they think differently? I mean, I was talking on the phone to somebody, and Noah came in here. I was talking to you when he came to talk about that man getting killed. Remember, Charlie Kirk? And then after that shooting, and they said he was dead. Well, I figured he was dead the minute I saw hit that artery and the blood come out of his neck. I mean, he gone. That you ain't stopping that at all. He dead. He was dead when he hit the ground. And then I heard somebody, a medical person, say the same thing. I said, well, shit, I can tell that shit, but I don't watch enough TV to know that crap. I know this. I mean, some of this stuff just common sense. Then I listened to these people say, I just feel for his wife and children. I just feel for them. And it's just so and so and so and so. And now it might sound cruel, but my thought was, you show pity and you show empathy and sympathy to the hundreds of Black families who have lost someone. Your son gets stopped by the police and then he don't come home. You show your sympathy to them because I'm going to tell you right now, this woman lived with this man. You think he only went to the college campuses and spread that hate? That shit's in the house. And he got kids. His kids is this age learning that crap. That's why it never goes away because they teach this in the home. And I said this. I said, so you know, I'm saying to myself, I don't feel sorry for you. Because she got all that hate in her. She's going to teach that hate to her kids because what? And her kids are going to let that hate automatically because what? Their father got shot. Okay? I said, so don't feel sorry for her. And the next thing I know, I'm hearing these people talking about, she got on there, she made this horrible speech about she's going to see his legacy. She's going to keep preaching that stuff, which I already knew that. Because you just don't live with somebody, have their children, and not feel the same damn way. I mean, you just don't. You don't. And she's proved me right. And I know what I'm talking about. I said, no, this bitch. I said, this is another way I feel. And I'll be asking God, please help me, because these thoughts I have, I ask him to help. But I don't ever say, I quit repenting. I quit saying I'm sorry because the thoughts keep coming back because stuff will trigger that trauma. So I said to myself, I said, unless you're going to get the whole bloodline, ain't no poison killing the head. You got to take them off. Don't leave no children to come back for revenge or no wife that's going to teach their children to revenge. If you're going to kill the whole damn family. That's how I feel. Now, is it right? But that. I'm saying for survival purposes, that's what needs to happen. Don't just do that. I mean, them people over there in Sicily, when they was doing big shit over there, they didn't take down the daddy. They took the whole damn family and all the damn kids because what they wasn't leaving nobody to come back for revenge. And this bitch got revenge on her man. She'd already made her speech. And on top of that, they flying the flags of hell. This man ain't nothing. He's just out on college campuses doing this shit. And what I said to your mom, I said, I never even seen the man, never even heard him, because I don't be watching the news anyway. So when the stuff started happening and stuff, and I said, and they said how old he was. I said, Heather, this man is Donba's age. He's 31. You know good and well he was raised up with that crap. Raised up. They feeding them kids that shit when they babies, when you feed them baby cereal in the spoon, in a high chair. They feeding them hate. And I know this because I saw this one woman on here. She got her little girl. She might be 8 years old. She telling her to dislike Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. This child don't even know who the fuck they are. Do you hear what I'm saying? This cannot go on if it would not be if they were not teaching it. And that's why I said America has a reckoning because they've done stuff around the world. All these people they've supported and stuff. This man over there, why y'all fighting? Why you supporting people in foreign countries that have more stuff than we have? You giving Israel, I think they said $1.9 billion a year, and these people get free health care, free this, free that, off our tax dollars. And they don't want us to have insurance, medical benefits at all, or anything else. You've gone around the country, the world, always upholding the villains of another country. And you're gonna pay for that, and you're gonna pay for the fact that you never ever try to correct the stuff on which this country was founded. Now that Constitution, that Bill of Rights, that Declaration of Independence, that sounds real well and good for white men only. Because it wasn't even for white women back then when they wrote it. So that crap they talking, it's going to America gonna pay. Only thing I say is for black people to sit ourselves down, do those things you got to do, and take your ass home and sit down and pray you hope stuff in your house. Because guess what? They want to go out there and fight that battle themselves because they fight against their own. Because they are the people that are perpetuating that hate. Black people don't. I don't even think about white people. The only thing I think about I think about white people because of the dumb shit they say or the evil, mean shit they say. Otherwise, I don't care about their asses. What for? I mean, and then they say shit, but the hate they have for us black people more than anybody else on the planet. They hate us, but they try and emulate every damn thing they do. They talked about us. They say we look like monkeys. We look like apes. Our lipstick, our nose too broad, whatever. But they pump collagen into their lips to have lips. They get breast implants for breasts. They get shit in the butt so they can have behinds. And now the motherfuckers is corn rolling their fucking hair. I mean, you can't have nothing. And they sit out there and get skin cancer trying to have our color skin.
You think that's what they're doing?
I know that's what they're doing. And you ask your mom, she said, I watched the white women at the gym. She said, and they do every machine they can find that make them have a behind. I mean, it's the jealousy. It's the jealousy, and and they hate us, black women. They hate us more than they hate black men. They honestly hate us more than they hate black men. Because we are, I don't consider being outspoken. That's just us. And we're strong. You know, And I had this. I mean, I had this guy I worked with. His daughter could not have children, so she started adopting children. So she had a child that was biracial. She had a white child. She had an Asian child, and she had a black child. Bring me down. So he asked me one day. He said, the little girl, the little black girl, was just so strong and more maybe outspoken, but she just had that strength in her.
Right.
So he asked me. He said, "Oh, all black kids like that. All black girls like." I said, "We had to be."
Mm-hmm.
I said because I said our ancestors, we were raped, pillaged, and plundered. It's in us to be strong. We know no other way but to be strong. I said that's why we can have kids and raise them by ourselves because our ancestors had to do it because during slave time they took the kids. They took your man, your kids, and everything. Okay, so you had to be strong. What was you gonna do? I said, and that's why we can do that. We some man walk away from us. We say that's fine. It's my child. I'm gonna raise my babies. And look at the men who've been raised by single mothers and say
They ain't doing that.
and they say and they're going on to be something. They gone into politics or they gone into some form of sport. And what's the first thing they say? If they get some money, I'm buying my mama a house because I want my mama to have this, I want my mama to have that. You know, if you
Ain't that's what I just said?
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So we got that strength, but we had to have it. You know, we had to have it. And you see and you know and you know, I tell you, I said you can't. I said your children are your legacy. I said your children are your legacy. I said you might always have to struggle for money and stuff like that. I said, but you won't ever have to. You won't ever have tears in your eyes because of stuff your kids ain't do or your kids have done. You gonna have tears. They're gonna be tears of joy. I said because your kids is on point. And I said, and one thing I love about our family, not just us, just right here. I mean, our whole family, all y'all kids in y'all generation, starting everybody up under your mama's age. Y'all was just good people. The guys work. I say y'all stronger than the men that came before you. And I mean that y'all stronger than the men that came before you, all of y'all. And the girls, y'all doing everybody doing what they got to do. They raising their kids, they doing this, they doing that. But one that is the one thing, and I say that I say you all my nieces and nephews, my grandchildren are phenomenal people. And everybody can't say that. And everybody can get together and be around each other. I mean, we talk about each other, we do this, that, and that, but we ain't, I mean, it's all for one. You got to deal with all of us. And that's it. And that's what I'm telling you. I said, that's your legacy. I said, do we have money? No, we don't, but we got that, you know. And Brian be calling me talking, you know, he be mad about this, mad. I said, you know what? I said, we don't do that shit over here. I said, because we have fun. I said, right now we over here having fun with each other. I said, because we like each other. We don't just love each other, we like each other. So we can do shit together and stuff like this. I said, we ain't having that kind of stuff going on because we don't do that. No, I said, we don't talk to each other like that. I said, we sit down, we talk our stuff and make plans and stuff like that. I said, we don't do that. You know, I said, when we together, I said, we work together. I said, we got teamwork over here. And I said, that's the difference. We have teamwork. And Black people as a whole got teamwork. We maybe not as much as we used to have, but I know history says we had teamwork coming out of slavery. We had teamwork, built stuff, even though they tore it up, they took it down out of jealousy.
Yeah.
You know, but we still built it. You know, or even they do way with shit like decide I-75 need to go through the Black community downtown. Or that soccer stadium need to be built in a certain place downtown because it's more place where the expressways are and stuff. So let's tear down the stadium that's been there for 75 years that 5 different high schools used and build a soccer stadium.
Right.
So you would never see me. If the soccer, they told me I had a lifetime freedom to go to the soccer stadium down there, I would not go.
Wow, Granny.
Why? Because you displaced black communities to build a bitch. You could have built it. You could have built it where you built you put the high school stadium. You build it there. Man, I ain't doing that. There's certain things I don't participate in. And like I said I didn't vote for that damn Paul Brown Stadium. I ain't never been in it. I won't be in it.
Fake or now?
I don't get good. It ain't paid for. You got to pay for the maintenance.
I mean, they just, Hamilton County just had to agree to the deal where, they paying a basically large chunk of it.
I don't care about that. I don't like the fact that he take all the concession and the parking, and people that pay to park down there, just like they did for Riverfront. They had the people that work downtown had monthly